is 1.
Yes, well done. And you haven't done these before with me?
Yes, I haven't done it before.
Okay. So you have to do this question up here. X to the power of 3 times x to the power of 4. So that means x times itself 3 times x times itself 4 times. Any idea what the answer will be? Or how many x's are there in total?
X X7.
Yeah, that's x to the power 7. So any idea about this one down here?
So do you do the calculation? So 2 times by itself 5 times.
There's the quick way is that you would just copy the base. So this one, what was the quick way of doing this one? X to the 3 times x to the 4, we got x to the 7.
So you just times it and then add the indices together.
Yes, so you just copy the base and add the indices.
Okay. So 4 and 11.
It's not 4, it's 2.
Oh, yeah, it's
So
2.
you just copy it, yeah. In total, there would be, so this is what it would look like. Here there's 5 2's, here there's 6 2's. In total, there's 11 of them times each other. And that's why it's 2. Okay, so how about the top left one?
So would it just be 5, 10?
Well done. How about the one underneath it?
A9.
Yeah. And how about the very right one?
N is 3. Yeah. N is 6.
Yes, n is 6. And then I must make a note to myself. Okay, so that's pretty good. Any idea a to the 3 divided by a to the 2?
Would it just be A5?
Or maybe I should just say this a different way. If you have x just by itself, do you know what that's to the power of?
No.
So any number just by itself, in the same way it's 1x, it's x to the power of 1 if they don't show a power. And that's because if you had in this one 3a's on the top, 2a's on the bottom, a divided by a is 1, anything times 1 is itself, anything divided by 1 is itself, and so what you're left with is just a. And so yes, anyway, I'll have to move that to a different place, I think. Okay, let's try this one up here.
Okay, simplify. 2 times 9.
The top one.
Okay. 3 times by 12 times by
How did you get 12?
because 3 times by itself 4 times is 12.
It's not 3 to the 4, it's 3x to the 4.
Oh.
So the long way of writing this would be 3 times x to the 4 times 2 times x to the 5. And 3 times 2 is the same as 2 times 3. You can move them around, and so I can put the normal numbers next to each other and the indices next to each other. And so what do you get here?
6.
Mm-hmm.
6. Is it just 6 or is there 9 above?
Just a 6. So 3 times
Just
2 is 6. And then how about these two?
X9.
Yeah. And what is the short way of writing 6 times x?
6x.
Yeah. And so what is the short way of writing 6 times x to the 9?
6x9.
Yes. How did we get 6?
You did 3 times 2.
So we just do normal number times normal number. And then how did we get x to the 9?
From you times
Or
x,
where did the 9 come from?
4 and 5.
Yes. And so you multiply the normal numbers and then you multiply the indices by adding the powers. So try the quick way for this one down here.
Okay. So it's 6 A
Mm-hmm.
8.
Well done.
Well,
Okay, how about this
how
one?
about this one, top right?
Or can I just give you... Mom, can you keep quiet? Okay, so the answer is 25.
X to the 5.
X to the 5.
X to 5 and Y to 9.
Well done.
Well done.
How about
How
the
about the one underneath it?
The answer is 15.
Mm-hmm.
S S5
Mm-hmm.
T5.
If you just have t by itself, what is that to the power of?
1.
Yeah. And so
6.
yes, t to the 6. Well done. Great. Okay, try these 3. I'll just be a second. 1 second.
Okay. So the first one is 5 X.
Sorry about that. Did you get an answer for the first one?
Yeah.
What was it?
5x6 y4.
Well done. How about the next one?
7a5 b4.
And it's not 7.
Oh, it's times 10.
Yes, so these are confusing because they have a mixture of multiplying and adding. And very tricky one down the bottom.
So 7 times by 4. So 28 A 4 B B3.
Well done. So that's 3 terms. What do you give yourself for those multiplying indices?
I think I'm good at it.
Yeah, very good. So we have to do dividing indices. Dividing is the reverse of multiplying. For multiplying, you add the indices. Any idea what you do for dividing them?
Take away.
Yep. So how would you do the one up the top?
So 5 divided by 5 is 1.
So you just copy the base and subtract the indices.
So by 4.
That's it.
Let's see. So let's say, what is the top left?
Top left. 7, 3.
Yeah. And underneath that?
2.
How about top middle?
H. 5.
Mm-hmm. And under that one?
P. 4.
Yeah. And any idea about the top right one?
Is it G 0? Just G1.
No. So I'm not worried about this top one. It's just G minus 7. So you copy the base and then you subtract the powers. And that's 6. 9, 3, 6. Just a weird one. Okay. Any idea how you do this one up the top?
Is it 4A? 4A3?
Yep. Let me see something. How about this one?
Is it 6? No. It's divided, isn't it? So is it 20x?
This is divided by?
Oh, so it's 10?
For this one it was 4. It's not 12 minus 3, 12 divided by 3. So for the normal numbers you do it normally, and then for the index numbers you would subtract.
Okay. So is it 3?
Yeah.
3x 2 4 2y4.
Well done. That's it. Okay, exam questions. Let's try top left.
R5A 4 3 4. I mean, B3.
Okay, top right.
Top right. That is 2. Wait, is 2 2 2 T
That would be go on T.
T4.
Yeah. It would be 2 if it was 4 on the top, 2 on the bottom. So it'll be 4 minus 2. This is 2 minus 4.
Minus 2.
Minus 2, yes. And how about the bottom one?
3A 4.
Again, this is 1 minus 5, not 5 minus 1.
Minus.
Yeah.
F. 6.
Well done. Very tricky. How about that one?
Yeah.
So like all these, the hardest part is the negatives and fractions. What would be the bottom one?
T. Is it T2 divided by T6?
You're thinking of dividing. The top is multiplying. T3 times T8.
T8.
Sorry, yeah, T8. T3 times 5. And that's over T to the 6.
And the answer is T2.
Yeah. Try this one up here. 5.
So it's 5, 7. 5, 5, which is 5, 2.
Yes. Yeah. Well done. Okay, exam questions. Let's try these.
Okay. Okay, so it is N10 over 6. I mean N6, and that is N4.
Yes, I think you're good there. So those ones.
Yeah, I'm good.
This one here, a squared to the power of 3. That can be written as a squared times a squared times a squared. What will that one be?
A6.
Yeah. What is the quick way of going from having 2 and 3 to just 6?
Is it 3, 2?
So 2 something 3 equals 6. What goes in the box?
Time.
Yes. And so the quick way of doing a power to a power is you copy the base and multiply the powers. So how about this one?
So x equals x. is it X? Is it X? X6?
You just copy the base, multiply the powers. Okay, question A.
Oh, whoa.
So copy the base, multiply the powers. The base is the big number, the powers are the indices, the little ones.
Okay. So 2, is it 2? Wait, is it time?
So the base is 2, so you copy 2.
Is it 2 seconds?
That would be adding the powers. This is multiply the powers. So it would be 3 times 4.
Okay. Which is 12.
Yes, well done. B.
B is 6, 10.
Mm-hmm.
C is 4, minus 6.
Mm-hmm. And that's
5, 12.
well done. Minus times minus. Okay, exam questions. What is bottom left?
X, 15.
Top middle.
H, minus 6.
And right.
X, 6.
Well done. Okay, any idea about this one?
2A, 6.
And so the long way of writing this one will be 2a squared times 2a squared times 2a squared. And so it's going to be a to the 6. They're in a bracket, and so it's also 2 to the power of 3.
Okay.
And what is that?
Okay. So it's 6. It's
2 times 2 times 2.
6, yeah.
That's 2 times 3. So 2 times 2.
8.
Yeah, so it'll be overall 8. So basically they're both to the power of 3. So it's normal number to the power and then the letter to the power, and you do that by multiplying them. So you number to the power and then copy the base, multiply the powers. Okay, let's try question A.
Question A is it 10 to no to 10?
X to the 2. What is 5 squared?
5 squared is
It doesn't mean 5 times 2.
25.
Yes, 25. It means 5 times itself. Okay, question B.
That is um 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 that is it is it 8?
So it's not
8.
2 times 4, it's 2 to the power of 4. So what is 2 to the power of 4?
16.
Yeah. And go on.
3. So 3 times 5. Each 5 times is 15. No, almost.
So it's a cubed to the 4. A to the 3 to the 4.
8. So 6. Wait.
You copy the base and multiply the powers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So a 12.
Yes. And last one.
It is it is it's 200.
How did you get 200?
I did 3 times itself 5 times.
So
140.
the p is to the power of 5. It's just 3.
Oh.
So the way you would write this question is it is 3 squared p to the 5 squared and q squared. Sorry, q to the 4 squared.
Okay.
So what are those?
So it's p. No, there are p.
Hold on. What is 3 squared?
3 times p is 9,
Yep. Excellent.
and then p 10,
Yep.
and then q8.
That's it. Well done. Any questions about that? It just takes a bit of working with. Try question A up the top.
A. Is it R? So it's 2 squared is 4.
And this is 2 cubed.
2 cubed is 8.
Yeah.
And then R, and then it's R 6.
Yes, well done. How about B?
It is. Wait, 9.
Yep,
F 8.
well done. How about question A down the bottom?
Is it? Um. Um. Uh. Do you, is it just 4?
That would be 2 squared. This is 2 cubed.
8. So it's 8,
Mm-hmm.
and then x2.
So they're all to the power of 3.
Right. So then it is x6 and
Yep.
y9.
That's it. How about question B?
So it is 36
Mm-hmm.
and x x10 y 4.
Well done. Great. Okay, exam questions. Let's try these.
So it is 9x.
Hold on. 3 squared is 9. This is 3 cubed.
27
Yeah.
x 6.
Mm-hmm. Well done. And top right.
8
Yep.
x um so 6 here.
X to the what, sorry?
X 6. Um
It's going to be 6 times 3.
18
Yeah.
minus 3. I mean
Yeah.
y minus 3.
Well done. Y to the minus 3. So that one.
Um in the middle.
Okay. Okay, simplify this one on the top right. A to the 6 over A to the 6. How do you do that one?
So is it A is A.
So it'd be A to the 6 take away 6. What is 6 take away 6?
Six take away 6. 0.
Yeah. And what is any number divided by itself?
A.
Any number divided by itself is like 3 divided by 3, 7 divided by 7.
Is 1.
Yes. And so what that shows you is any number to the power of 0 is 1, because it can be written as an index divided by itself. So, exam questions. What is 3 to the power of 0?
3 to the power of 0. Is it 0?
No. Any number to the power of 0? We just saw it a second ago. Any number to the power of 0 must be 1 because it's something divided by itself. The only way to get 0 is any number take away itself. The only way to get 1 is any number divided by itself. And so it could be written as an index number divided by an index number. So any number to the power of 0 gives you 1.
Okay. So it is 3.
Any number divided by 0 is what?
0.
Carlos. Any number to the power of 0 is what?
1.
Yes. What is 3 to the power of 0?
1.
Yeah. 5 to the 0?
1.
6 to the 0?
1.
M to the 0?
1.
3e to the 0?
1.
Yep. That's it. Any number to the power of 0 is 1. I can raise power indices to the power of 0.
Oh.
Aha, there's no other thing to it. Anything to the power of 0 is 1, always. Okay, let's try these.
Okay. 3 times by a third.
And what is 3 divided by 1?
3 divided by 1 is 3.
Yeah, so another way of writing 3 is 3 over 1 times 1 over 3. What does that give you?
Gives you 1 whole.
3 times 1 over 1 times 3.
Is it 3 over 3?
Yeah, and what is 3 divided by 3?
1.
Yes, basically 3 1/3 in total will be 3/3. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, so it'll add up to 1. How about this one? 2 times a half.
1.
Yeah. Next one.
1.
Yeah. How about this one? What's missing?
An 8.
And last one.
A 7.
That's it. Oh, sorry. The reciprocal of a number is what it must be multiplied by to make 1. So the reciprocal of 3 is a third. The reciprocal of a third is 3. Write down the reciprocal of each of these.
Reciprocal.
Sorry?
How do you do reciprocal then?
Well, 6 is the same. Well, the reciprocal is what I times by to make 1.
Oh, so is it just 1/6?
Yep.
Oh, a 1/11 and the 6 and 4
Mm-hmm.
9.
That's it. How about these?
5/5.
You're thinking of adding. This is multiplying.
Oh. 6/6.
Yeah. What is 6 divided by 6?
1.
Next one.
The next one is 7 times 28 over 28, which is 1.
Uh-huh.
And then 55 over 55, which is also 1.
Mm-hmm. So what's missing from these ones?
13 over 6.
Yep.
8 over 9.
Mm-hmm.
10 over 17.
And so, so these are the reciprocals, because when you multiply them, you get 1. How do you get the reciprocal of a fraction?
You divide it by
You
number.
could just say you flip it. So 6 over 13 becomes 13 over 6.
Oh, yeah.
So what would be the reciprocal of these ones down the bottom?
Is it 2 over 1?
B.
5 over 2?
C.
4 over 15?
How about D up here?
3 over 2?
Yeah. Any idea what will be the reciprocal for 5A?
Is it 1/8?
Yeah, and these are calculators. So what would you put into your calculator for part B to get the reciprocal?
0 point thingy over 100.
You would put in, well, you know the way the reciprocal of 8 is 1 over 8?
Yeah.
The reciprocal of 0.145 is 1 over 0.145. And it turns out it's 200 over 29. How do you get the reciprocal using your calculator for question C?
1 over 4.8.
Yep. 1 over 4.8. And you get 5 over 24. Any questions about any of that?
No.
Okay, so it's just 1 over it. And there we go. Okay, exam questions. Non-calculators on the left.
Is it just 1 over 5?
Yep. And you can use your calculator for the one on the right. What would you put into your calculator for that one?
You would put in 1 over 1.25.
1 over 1.2, oops, 5, and we get 4 over 5. Let's take a look. That's it. And so I can find the reciprocal of a number.
Yes.
Great. This one. We're just out of time for negative and fractional. Yeah, I better just leave that one. Yeah, I'll leave that one till another time. We'll do our test. Test our best. These ones, grade 9 stuff in there. Okay, let's try these.
Okay. It is X X X 12.
Yeah. Next one. Two A 3. No. Not 2.
Isn't is it 10?
Mm-hmm. A A5 and Yeah.
B.
Well done. Next one.
It is T um 8 divided by 8 divided by.
So dividing is the opposite of multiplying. For multiplying, you added them. So for dividing.
Oh, you just take completely.
Yeah.
5.
That's it. Next one.
Is it 36 A
Not 36.
12 A
Not 12.
3
Yeah.
3 A 4 F 6
And it's not 4. That would be 5 and 1. This is 1 and 5.
minus.
Yeah. Next one.
Is it 2? I mean no N10 over N6,
Mm-hmm.
and then that is N4.
Yeah. Top right.
It is the B14.
Say it again, sorry.
B14.
Yeah. How about this one?
Is it? It's 27
Mm-hmm.
X 27X 6 Y Y Y 4 times 3 is 12. I mean 12.
Well done. How about this one?
M minus 10.
Well done. And last one?
Write down the value of 1.
Yes. Well done. Okay, test. Let's try these.
Oh god. Is it A 7?
Yeah.
It is 5 X 6 Y 4.
Yeah.
M
Mm-hmm.
2
Yeah.
um 8 no 5 no yeah 5 5A 4 3 3B I mean B3
Mm-hmm.
P7 over P2 which is P 5
Mm-hmm. Top right.
X um 5 no it's not it's adds it's 5 it's times 6
Mm-hmm.
3 X 6
Not 3.
27 X 6
And last one?
1.
Well done. So what would you give yourself overall?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, you did great. Well done, Carlos. So, yeah, you did your test. When you're multiplying, you add the powers. When you're dividing, you subtract the powers. When you're powering, you multiply the powers. How was that? How'd you find that?
Yeah, I found it good.
So, anything in particular you want to do next time, or should I pick?
You can pick.
Okay. Any questions for me in general?
No?
All right. Well done, Carlos. You did great. And I look forward to chatting to you again next week.
Okay.
Have a good week. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.